The U.S. expedition to Korea, also known as the Shinmiyangyo or the Battle of Ganghwa Island, was a military expedition undertaken by the United States in 1871 to open up trade with Korea and assert American dominance in East Asia. The expedition, however, ended in a bloody conflict and a failed attempt to establish relations between the two countries. Background: in the mid-19th century, the United States, like other Western powers, was seeking to expand its influence in East Asia. Korea remained a closed society that was largely inaccessible to foreigners, and the U.S. government sought to establish diplomatic relations with Korea to open up trade. In 1866, France had attempted a similar campaign against Korea, which had ended in disaster. However, the U.S. government was determined to succeed where the French had failed and dispatched a naval force, led by Rear Admiral John Rodgers, to Korea in 1871. The U.S. expedition arrived in the Korean port of Busan in early June 1871, and after initial negotiations with local authorities, they proceeded to sail up the Han River towards Seoul. However, the Korean government saw the American presence as a threat to their sovereignty and ordered their military to attack the U.S. ships. The ensuing battle, which took place on Ganghwa Island, was brutal and lasted several hours. The Korean forces, armed with outdated weapons, were no match for the U.S. firepower and were quickly defeated. However, the U.S. suffered significant casualties, including the loss of several ships and the death of 243 U.S. soldiers. Aftermath: the U.S. expedition to Korea had significant implications for U.S.-Korean relations and for American foreign policy in East Asia. While the U.S. had achieved its objective of opening up Korea to foreign trade, the expedition had ended in a violent conflict that left both sides embittered. The incident also highlighted the limitations of U.S. military power in East Asia and the need for diplomatic solutions to achieve U.S. foreign policy objectives. The U.S. government subsequently pursued a more cautious approach to foreign policy in East Asia, focusing on diplomacy rather than military intervention. Conclusion: the U.S. expedition to Korea was a failed attempt to establish diplomatic relations between the U.S. and Korea and to open up trade between the two countries. The expedition ended in a bloody conflict that left both sides embittered and highlighted the limitations of Western military power in East Asia. The incident serves as a reminder of the complexities of international relations and the importance of diplomacy in achieving foreign policy objectives.